Hey y'all. So today's inspiration came from Pinterest. Super cute, so let's go for it. So I'm going to take my mason jar and my new favorite paint color in Waverly Chalk. This is in Pink Sky. This is the one that looks really velvety, y'all. And we're going to use a pouncer for this because with glass, I don't really like using a paintbrush because it leaves like the streaks. So we're going to use a pouncer to paint our mason jar. Look how pretty. I love this color. Y'all know from my other Valentine tutorial, I love this color. So we're going to go with some Mod Podge and just put it in some random spots. And we're going to start working on our rust. If you don't like rust, just totally skip this part, y'all. But I love rust. The rust in this turned out amazing. Y'all just wait and watch because it is gorgeous. So just in random spots, wherever you want it, put you some Mod Podge down. Sprinkle your cinnamon. Get it on there really well, and then pat off the excess. And then we're going to go back in on top and lay Mod Podge on the top of where you laid down cinnamon. And then I put some high heat on it for just a couple minutes. It'll kind of help give that bubbly, rusty look, like the rust that's about to peel. And then let that dry really well. So here we're not completely dry yet, but y'all, look at this. Y'all can't tell me this is not some awesome rust. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. So make sure that dries really, really well. And then we're going to go with some fabric. I cut out a little template out of cardboard, just so that all my pieces kind of looked the same. So I cut me out 3 hearts. Well, 6 really. Because, 2 for each. We're going to make these like little 3D kind of like heart pillows. We're going to go around and super glue around the edges of it, leaving enough space to add some polyfill and also a wood dowel in the point of our heart. Make sure you push down really good on your glue too, because if not, it'll end up being like beady and you can see it and feel it. And then I went out of frame. I'm sorry. I'm really bad about this. So yeah, make sure you leave you a little bit of space right there. And then we're going to go in and start stuffing this with our polyfill. If you have any gaps that maybe you didn't hit with your glue gun, just go back and hit those little holes. And then you're going to close your heart and pull it tight and just hold it for a few minutes, making sure that you're still leaving that open spot in the point so that we can put our dowel down in that. So now we're going to take our dowel, place that in our point, and I went up a good, more than halfway up into my heart, just so they would be stable. And then I put glue down in it on top of the dowel, and then I rolled the dowel just to make sure I got it on all of it, the hot glue on all of it, and then just hold that for just a minute. So here's what we have so far. And we're going to do that same process with all of them. And then I took my knife and I went around and just trimmed up what needed to be trimmed, but also cut off the glue that like seeped out of the fabric when we were gluing it. So I just went and gave it a trim. And then I put my hearts down in my jar to see how much I needed to cut off of the dowel. I wanted the cream one to be shorter than the 2 pink ones. So I was just trying to gauge it and see how much I needed to take off. And then I did it, and one of them flew behind my table. So I have little T-Rex arms, so my son had to come dig it out for me. I'm going to go with my coffee podge, and not my coffee podge, I'm sorry, my coffee grunge, and also my Tim Holtz Distressed Ink and Walnut. I like the rustic, weathered oldie feel. So I'm just going to grunge up. Y'all can't find my words, I'm sorry. The edges of my heart. And if you don't like the grungy look, then totally skip this part. But it does make it smell really good with all the cinnamon that's on the jar, on the hearts. But if you don't like the grunge look, then just skip this step. I went in with some polyfill and filled up over half of my jar just to take up some of that space so that I didn't have to use as much Excelsior. And I'm using the darker color of Excelsior. Next, I'm just going to start placing my hearts, trying to gauge how I want them. Sorry, my camera was down too low, so you got a good view. And then I wanted to add some flowers. I ended up taking some of the leaves off. I think I'm going to go back and put some coffee grunge on the flowers because they're pretty bright. And I also added a bow and a button in the middle of my bow, but my phone died. Go figure. So I think that this turned out really cute. You can even put fairy lights in it if you'd like. Super cute. I hope I inspired you to make something just as beautiful. And if you do, please be sure to share. Make sure to hit that follow button. Give me a share and a heart, and I would greatly appreciate it. I hope you all have a wonderful day.